What up, Wheatfield? What up, y'all? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl Lottie here at Tears of Wheats World Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. We are listening to some smooth jazz, Brian Simpson. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I got my calendar out because we are writing down things. We put a date for us to have started our new venture, targeted, wrote in paper, out of the spirit and into the manifest, that blue ink in the flow with it on the date we are targeting, beloved. Yes, we need some lip gloss, y'all, just a little bit. Y'all know how I go. We just got finished eating too, y'all. It was so good, y'all. When I say so good, divinely inspired meal. Alpha and Omega and the ancestors, the legion, all of the heavenly hosts with us ascended. That is fish and grits and toast, y'all, with an egg. Man, it was so good. I'm full. We got our apple juice. I am so hooked on this apple juice right now. It's one of the best things. And it's just Martinelli's sparkling apple juice. But it comes in like, it's this apple mango that's super bomb, beloved. Super bomb, apple mango. And they got pear cider. That's good. This right here is just that. I think is a Northwest blend from fresh grown apples, 100% apple juice. But I like the fact that it's sparkling too, because it kind of gives you that little burp like you sipping on something. But it's just juice, whatever. We have obstacles removed. That's going to be a part of the energy. We was feeling that earlier because the spirit had us clean up some things. We still got to clean up some more stuff, right? But it was things that we had to put together, like a table and a little bitty cubicle shelf thing, so that we can have somewhere to put all the mail and the deliveries and stuff like that. And it was blocking a closet door, like the boxes were sitting in front of it. Every time we had to go in the closet, we got to move it and then push that out the way, then put it back because we don't like it to be all in the way. And it was just like, remove the obstacle. Ashe, remove it. Show grace. That's another one. You are filled inside and out. Yeah, we definitely filled inside and out. We stuffed, beloved. And obstacles removed again. Show grace is popping out. It might be something else on this side that wants to speak. We are the best of friends. We just talked about this message. That is for somebody. It was yesterday's message. I think it was the last one. January the 5th. I'm not for sure if we put the date in the title, beloved, but it should be the one, not the little shorts, the 60 seconds. It's another long message. It's right up under this one here, Ashe. Go back and check that out. You are so valuable. That's for somebody. Thank you. My spirit guides and ancestors say that. Intercessor. Do you have an interceding type of spirit? Do you pray on the behalf of others? I do pray on behalf of creation. We are whole. We are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. And I pray for creation to remember that it is whole, that it is a unit, that there's nothing broken and nothing missing. We are the only begotten of the Alpha and the Omega, that which called it, which decreed it to be everything in existence. And we are connected, beloved. We are by the spirit. I don't know why we still got all of that on, but we was feeling a little fabulous with our little head wrap on. Mommy gave it to us for a holiday gift. And so we really excited. And we excited about the new stuff that's coming up. We're going to be on another podcast tomorrow as well. We shooting 2 episodes. One is on the Seeking Knowledge podcast with Mr. DeMarcus Brewster. He was also a guest star on the Chakra and Love Healing podcast, which I happen to be a co-host on with Miss Felicia Carey Carter. And that's on the community page. And we also will be having, hopefully, if he responds with his availability, the Soulful King will be guest starring on our podcast coming up real soon, if it's not on tomorrow's episode. So, depending on when you get this message, we may have already performed it. If you with us in the now, in the present, look forward to be coming soon. Beloved, how y'all doing? I feel it. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, I feel, let's get it, my week, let's get it. Hey, get it, my week, let's get it. Oh, yes, yes, let's get it. One thing also, another thing about the calendar that I have been tracking or starting to kind of get into was like, okay, so I think it was Friday, Saturday, we were tired, like needed to rest. That's what I feel, Spirit saying rest from the last quarter moon. And then I feel like, we starting, I don't know if the energy really coming back, or we really just have to generate that energy and really pull in the energy through meditation and breathing and being still and listening. Because I feel that's what the Spirit is saying, is to meditate. Meditate throughout the first quarter moon. From the last quarter moon to the first quarter moon, we're going to have to do some deep meditation, like mindful meditation, I feel. And then I feel like our energy will be rising up. Obstacles removed. Rising up energy all the way until I feel the height of our energy, which is the full moon. That's the date that we're going to be starting something new. So we have some work to do mentally, meditation, and keeping our mindset solid. I feel focused and targeted. I feel whole, complete, dealing with the body, energy, healing, staying focused on the whole of the vessel, on the vehicle, as we charge towards this full moon, beloved. That also brings me right here to something that I was looking up, because my chart is a little bit different, and I don't know if you know how much you guys have done into birth chart reading 722 when I just said that, but birth charts reading, or getting your natal chart, or your to figure out what your placements are. I know I'm a Cancer sun, and they always say Cancer sun, moon rising, all that stuff, but my moon is in Chiron, right? So I'm a Cancer sun, but my moon placement is in Chiron. So, and I was looking at Chiron in terms of moon, the Chiron moon aspects, right? It says Chiron in aspect to the moon. And it is by someone called Astro Healer. And I went through a couple of them just to see what the Spirit was guiding me to. And the Spirit said this one is pretty good. So we're going to 644, 60% on my phone, as we just said that. So we see, it says, as mentioned in the previous post, Chiron symbolizes an opening, a chasm, a bridge, being a bridge. And we saw the intercessor card come out, right? And the intercessor is somebody that acts as a bridge, that takes messages or things like that back and forth from the physical to the spirit, right? It says the chironic wound, or the wound, which is a site of possibilities, can also be interpreted as life itself. I'm going to read that again. The chironic wound, W-O-U-N-D, wound. The wound, which is a site of possibilities. So the wound is a site of possibilities. It says it can also be interpreted as life itself. And all of that spoke to me, because it's like, we always talk about using our wounds, our trauma, the things that have come against us as opportunities. It's an opening for something, for the light to come through, for the light to shine through. It is a portal, a gateway for us to kind of move through that space and reach our highest self, and do that despite what you have been through, keeping a spirit of joy, of light, delight, happiness. And how do you do that when you've been through so much, beloved? It says, life begins with a wound. It does. The wound formed in the womb, right? So the wound, wound, which is formed in the womb, womb. It is that wound is a wound formed in the womb of a mother as an embryo, which burrows itself into the walls of the uterus. So when the embryo is formed, like that little sac, it actually creates a wound in the mother's uterus, burrowing itself in there, and that is the space where life begins, right? That is how that. And just think, the semen has to create a wound inside of the egg. It has to crack that egg open. It has to create an opening for that piece to come into and for life to develop, for all of that mixture and chemistry and all that good stuff to start happening. The intelligence is working to allow that new vessel to start to develop. Yeah. It says, this wound is open and thus full of potential. It keeps changing and growing, exhausting all possibilities presented to it, wholesome yet fragile. It is wholesome, but it is yet fragile. Individuals with moon Chiron aspects in their natal chart have been imprinted with this primordial image, even though they are not conscious of it. Birth is a wound. To be born again, we must have a wound. Something must happen to cause a trauma, a hole, in order for life to kind of go through some sort of, I hear, death for rebirth, right? By our sheer existence, we inflicted pain upon our mother, our first safe link to life. How could we help it? Or could we help it? Probably not, right? Depending on the exact nature of this aspect, this image may be modified, but what remains will still reflect a variation of the same thing: the inevitability of life without wounding. Life itself comes with wounds, with trauma, with experiences, creating a hole so that light can flow through it. And I'm even seeing that on a cosmic scale. I'm seeing a black hole and we see the light of material flying through it. It is like that whole thing. I'm seeing it physically, and I'm also seeing it metaphysically, and cosmically, universally. It says Chiron moon, a conjunction. The chironic dilemma here has such a pre-verbal, unmediated quality which makes it almost impossible to define, yet potent on the level of sentiments. It says it's a poet named Paul Verlaine. I've never heard of him anymore. Anyway, but he was a French poet who had this configuration in his natal chart, and he tried to describe it. Sometimes teardrops fall onto one's heart just the same way rain falls over a town. It says, sometimes all one can do is feel unsettled by that formless, nameless feeling which is aroused randomly, transient yet persistent, strange yet familiar. Sometimes none of the languages we know can help us decode that incident which is quietly taking place at the very heart of our existence. I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know if they can hear that. It's supposed to be on jazz, but for some reason we just got into something totally different. So let's change it and put it back on the jazz. And hopefully they don't copyright us, because we definitely could hear some language. But it says that basically sometimes we feel that thing that's nameless, right? It feels like you can't quite put your finger on it, what I'm feeling. Also, it feels strange, but also, yeah, it's eerily familiar, right? It says that the question remains, with this configuration in our natal chart, can we ever feel at home? Can you ever feel at home? Like, you know you're at home, but at the same time, you don't feel like you're at home. Like, no matter what, you know that you're somewhere you belong, but you don't belong. I want to go back to somewhere I've never been. That kind of feeling. It says, but the question remains, with this configuration in our natal chart, can we ever feel at home without opening ourselves to the possibility of wounding? Can we bypass this primordial condition? No. As with all Chiron contacts, the wound cannot and should not be avoided. Don't avoid the wound. There's something that's going to happen. You're going to experience wounding. I'm feeling 9 of Wands energy, wounded healer. I'm feeling that. It says you cannot avoid it and should not avoid it. The chironic wounds serve an evolutionary purpose. The wounds serve an evolutionary purpose. It is what brings out the ability, the possibility to grow, to conquer, to be victorious over something. It is the pathways, creating portals and pathways for abundance, for life to potentiate, for it to exist, to show your true ability, that you are limitless. It says, and they have been built into our composition by design, not by chance. So the things that you go through, the wounds that you experience, they were built in by design. It's not by chance. Oftentimes it is our highest self calling those wounds in onto us in such a way that allows us to grow, to evolve, to adapt, for life to exist in a different type of way. Now, that can be hard to chew on because so many things happen. And people will always be like, well, I didn't ask for this and I didn't ask for that. But when we step back and kind of raise this viewpoint all the way up to a place of it's just pure consciousness, right? We are creation, we are whole, we are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. Everything that's in creation was called and made by the Alpha and the Omega that made it. And when the Alpha Omega itself, pixelated pieces thereof, wants to learn about itself, to grow itself, to adapt, to become flexible, to is it enhance? I don't know how you explain it, how I explain it, but push itself to another level, continue to raise up, elevate, expand, expansion. That's what I'm feeling, expansion, like expansion in both ways, pulling the two opposite poles, expanding away from each other, growing to experience growth. I feel then you're going to do that in every way possible, beloved. It's going to come with wounding so that it can have the ability to potentiate the healing, the growth, again, that it wants to experience, the learning. And if each and every one of us are pixelated pieces of the Most High, you already came with the victory no matter what you're experiencing. It does not matter that what you've experienced, you will always overcome it. Even if you transition and go on again, because you are limitless. Your soul, your essence is limitless. This vessel is just a temporary experience, right? But your soul, the peace, that which is the Most High God, your essence, your soul, your light, this right here, the spirit is limitless. It goes on forever, beloved. It shall never cease to exist. Does it cease? No. Because it is a part of the Alpha and Omega that created everything. It's always going to exist. That is, I hear the trick to knowing this. And when you know that from a a rooted place, then you know that everything else you have called. You put yourself in a certain place. I'm going to go back to the best way that I have come to be able to illustrate it for us to think about it. Survivor. Light on voluntary escape. What is escape? Escape is an expedition. It's an adventure. And in adventures, you're going to have adversities. You're going to have adversaries. You're going to pick a place and time, space that you're going to drop into. Bear Grylls, right? Bear Grylls drops into this place. He picks the terrain and drops in. And when he comes in, he may have a few tools or nothing. He got to wing it. Whatever place he drops into, it is a test of his perseverance, his agility, his flexibility, it is an experience that he is introducing onto self to test his own capacity, to grow his own capacity, and to come out evolved on the other end of it. And if he goes around the entire globe to do these expeditions on these little mini escapes, then what does that culminate to at the end of his life cycle, I say, or just that cycling? Look how much learning and how much growth, how much is it to know thyself, beloved. So it's like if the Most High God is learning itself through itself all the time in each one of its own representations, how does the Most High God represent itself in every possibility? Every possibility that could exist. Me, this, that, this, everything, all of it. Because all of it is creation. We are the only begotten. We are the product thereof. We are pixelated pieces of the Most High God itself. So the Most High God has dispersed itself in every potential possibility that it could ever consider. And now that considerations are considerations, thoughts that are thinking that those thoughts are new thoughts that are thinking new thoughts. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Infinity just keeps going. Every possibility, every potentiality. There is nothing that cannot, because it is everything. It is omnipresence, omnipotence, beloved. From that standpoint, you can see yourself as a pixel, a piece of the Most High God who has called itself to experience everything that you are experiencing, just for the sake of learning, of growth, of knowing thyself. Wounded healer. You can have an impact on yourself through having an impact on other cells. How can you do that, Lati? By giving your testimony. Let me share me with me, which is just represented in thee. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. You're doing it onto them as you would do it onto you, so that you can generate that same thing back onto you, because you are doing it onto you. You are a piece of the Most High God doing that thing onto itself. Yeah, rabbit hole, right, beloved? It says, in this case, Moon Chiron conjunction serves as a supremely sensitive point in our psyche, a one-of-a-kind receiver finely tuned to the needs of others. And I haven't read this. I'm reading it right now with you. I read a snippet and piece, and the Spirit said, that's it. This is what I want you to work through. It's working through it with me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It says, the individual with a well-functioning moon can intuitively understand what others need to feel at home, safe, and comfortable. What others need to feel at home, safe, and comfortable. They can intuitively understand what others need to feel at home, safe, and comfortable. Chiron here adds an extra layer of perception by turning sympathy into empathy. We talk about that all the time, don't we? This empathy, however, is not of the Neptunian kind, which is often accompanied by a subtle glamorization of the spiritual process fueling it. It is rather triggered by immediate recognition of the universal awkwardness embedded in our human neediness. Ooh, universal awkwardness. Because everything is not just so neat and, everything, or just neatly coordinated. We have things that are bumping and clashing and happenings, and those are natural too. Sometimes we think that it's considered by chance, but it's not. I feel like it's forces outside of that, either creating pressures where things run into each other and clash, or an attraction. Things come together, and when they hit, boom, they clash. They may ricochet and push things into different places, but at the end of the day, it's exactly what needs to happen for the whole, Ashe. Yes, it says, we all have basic needs, embarrassing needs which may hurt others. Moon Chiron conjunction opens a space for reciprocity. Let me handle your needs with sensitivity because you will handle my needs the same way. Giving on to others out of self, which you will have for self. Ashe. Such an innate sensitivity to the concept of neediness can make these individuals brilliant therapists. They are brilliant therapists, healers, guides, and gurus. In many cases, if the individual is not engaged in any of these activities professionally, she or he feels attracted to helping and healing fields. Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Yes. It says, regardless of how Moon Chiron may function in the psyche, affect or function in the psyche, the individual with this conjunction in their natal chart will often display sensitivity concerning those who are connected to her by blood, family, function, or dysfunction, parental expectations, child rearing, and understanding one's past and biological roots. I really feel your past, ancient Akashic past, and not only your biological roots, but your spiritual roots. Spiritual roots, like the biology of my soul itself, the source of us living. What am I rooted to from a soul space, beloved? It says, and that is, it says, and will remain sensitive. Those are sensitive things no matter how old a person gets. Those are sensitive things. Like, so I will always be sensitive and seeking to tune my connection to what I am rooted to from a soul space, from a heart space, beloved. Anything else? No. This was very interesting. Yeah. And again, it says as the individual grows older, they may develop a deep sentimental appreciation of roots, homeland, other, it says children. She may not be able to eventually register the not so obvious fact that we need and what we need and what maintains us in contact with life may be two different things. So what we need and what keeps us connected in the contact of the fabric of life may be two different things. So, you could desire the plushness of life, those luxuries and things that make you feel comfort, the comforts. But at the same time, is it necessarily what you need? No. I need my spiritual connection. I need water. I need flow. I need sustenance. I need a word, a connection to the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, to have both of my ear chakras tuned so that I can hear what's calling me and what has been decreed and said it shall be. Like, this is what it is. And to stay rooted and connected to that is something that I will always do. It is something that will always be important to me. Say something different. See, like, it's for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's on random or something. but it's definitely going and playing different stuff that I did not necessarily pick for it to play. But maybe the way that I made my selection, it caused this randomness. And now, it is what it is, beloved. That's what I'm experiencing. So we 30 minutes and 7 seconds in. Thank you so much for sticking through the reading of Chiron and my chart, beloved. And yeah, no, that's not what you're looking for. It is actually, thank you, this one. So, and it was so interesting because it was like, I wanted to, for a while, start looking at, of course, where, based on, my moon and how it fits and how it sits in my natal chart, but also the fact that, our cycles are generally more aligned to the lunar cycle than not just the sun cycle, right? If we calculated time from the lunar cycle, we would have 13 even months, and everything will work out. You could track your growth. You could track your, how you're evolving through that space as you are experiencing different things. What do you focus on? How do you work with your own internal energy, your natural cycle, by doing that? Supermoon, see? Supermoon energy. And I don't know what this full moon is going to be, but that's the date that I was given to start our next thing on the next full moon. So supermoon. A supermoon is when a full or new moon is at the closest point to Earth in its monthly orbit. When this occurs during a full moon, the moon may appear larger and brighter than usual. A supermoon is a full moon on steroids, brimming with the energy to help you fully manifest your intentions based on self-discovery. A supermoon is a great time to practice manifestation spells and rituals. Yes. Anything else in here? Definitely, a great time to practice manifestation spells. So if you are manifesting something, then a supermoon is a great time to do that, which is why the spirit told me to start this new initiative started on the full moon. It is the most potent time of the month to start this new thing. This one. And it feels like it's stuck. Yeah, fixed. Fixed signs is here. Fixed. Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. They are defined as having fixed qualities within the zodiac. These signs are stubborn and will not give up in a fight. Do not cross a fixed sign. They do not often forget someone who has done them wrong. They are dedicated and loyal to their loved ones and fiercely protective. They experience some of the deepest and most long-lasting relationships of all time. Fixed signs with a strong presence are hard to forget. We see post-shadow retrograde. Somebody may be experiencing something that appears to come back. Or maybe they have come back and gone away. Maybe they're moving away from something. Post-shadow retrograde. Let's read it. The post-shadow phase of the retrograde follows the retrograde. This phase takes place after the planet has stationed. When the planet appears to stop before beginning retrograde and working its way to the final degree where the cycle began. In this phase, you are clearing up what became undone or was confusing during the actual retrograde. So this is a time where you may have gone back into something, or a retrograde energy has brought some things back onto you, right? And now this is the clearing up of what became undone, what was unraveled, what was revealed, what was confusing during the actual retrograde. In general, the post retrograde is the post shadow retrograde is when you can recover or reckon with what got shaken up during that cycle. So somebody may have been shaken up within the last retrograde. I think Mercury was just in retrograde, so we could be considered post shadow retrograde. And this is a time and space where you get to recover or reckon with what got shaken up. And maybe that's why I was so tired and I needed to rest. Spirit is bringing me to this space of being tired and needing to rest. Aquarius. See, it could be an Aquarius also, or somebody may have that in their chart. But Aquarius is a fixed sign, and it says unique, fun-loving, and independent, and Aquarius will never be easily pinned down. No, we saw stubborn. Cancer. See, I am a Cancer. Cancer, look, that's another fixed sign. Scorpio. We see fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We see opposition. We see Ceres. Ceres is a large asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. It says Ceres' warm and loving energy represents nurturing, planting, and healing. And that's funny because, oh, we got Uranus showing up too. We were talking about in Chiron, with Chiron being a healing and nurturing energy. We see cardinal signs, and we pulled Cancer being a cardinal sign. We see fixed signs, and we pulled at least 2 fixed signs. Cancer being a cardinal sign here. We see fixed signs, Scorpio and Aquarius. So one thing that I see about this super moon also is like full illumination. It's like really lit up. It brings things like more light, like close light onto something. We definitely see, I'm getting called to self-discovery. This Scorpio energy may be stubborn, but I feel like they are going through a phase of self-discovery. I'm hearing the word wound, like some sort of wound has opened them up to self-discovery, some sort of illumination. We see post-shadow retrograde Cancer energy, feeling like they need to rest from whatever has brought them back into a old space, maybe something you dealt with, the death of something, the ending of something. I'm picking up on phases of life, death, and rebirth. Represented by the Scorpio, they can be fierce, right? It says, it's saying to me that somebody may have had some illumination over their experience in some sort of trauma, something that may have happened, an ending and a new beginning. Maybe having to deal with that energy in the retrograde season of Mercury that just passed. I'm getting the energy here, so I know that I'm in the right way. I feel now that you're in a post-shadow retrograde, you may have had your energy sapped, felt tired, needing to rest and rejuvenate, putting the pieces back together. Definitely, it says you are clearing up what became undone or what was confusing. You may have had some confusion over what was illuminated to you, the death and rebirth energy that we see here with the fixed sign of Scorpio. We also see the fixed sign of Aquarius, the water bearer. I feel new flow, new life, invigoration, new pathways being made, a downpour of spiritual essence. It could be gifts, it could be love from the spirit, a newfound sense of freedom could be here. It says, don't you dare mess with their friends, family, or else you'll get those pinchers. You may have felt like you needed to defend yourself in something, some sort of fight, some sort of battle. I'm feeling, somebody who, again, is sensitive, that has a sense of loyalty and a sense of protectedness, going up against something that they felt like was a difficult experience, something that may have presented a fight, a trauma, some sort of spiritual battle, or some sort of clashing. We see Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are the cardinal qualities, and I pulled the cardinal card out. I think it was last week. It came out in this deck right here. And I didn't put it together in this type of way, but I'm going to think about that going forward. It says, these qualities represent leadership within the zodiac. Aries, the first zodiac sign, indicates spring, astrological new year, and birth or beginning of something. Cancer is the sign of the summer solstice energy. I feel the height energy, height of the high, like when the sun is the hottest, it is the brightest. It has its highest position in our orbit. Hey guys, memory was full. Not for sure where we left off at, but we were talking about Aquarius as being a fixed sign, and the fact that, I feel like somebody is going to get a downpour of spiritual gifts, abundance, maybe knowledge coming in. It says it's symbolized by the water bearer. Aquarians are known for their brilliant minds and devotion to humanitarian causes. They are also excellent problem solvers, right? And so I feel like maybe whatever it is that you discovered that you are working through in this post-shadow retrograde energy, that you have come out with the knowledge, skills, and ability to solve the issues. You may be getting a lot of ideas. I'm seeing sudden inspiration. Again, we're going to be doing something else that's coming up on the full moon. And then we see Uranus is here with the Great Awakening. It could be some drama coming, but it's associated with an unexpected change, innovation, some sort of discovery. We see liberation and structural transformation, and that can cause a lot of upheaval. It could be personal, politically, something systemically, or generationally. You could be breaking curses in your generation. Whatever it is I feel out with the old. I feel flipping over tables and clearing stuff out. Like, I'm hearing that's not what this is supposed to be about, like shaking things up. Definitely feeling tower energy. Uranus likes to stir the pot so that so expect the unexpected. And we saw that with the mindful messages the other day. Not mindful messages, higher self. Our higher self was saying to expect the unexpected is coming. 666. Right now is a time for reflection. We just left that Mercury retrograde. We're in a post-shadow retrograde energy. It's time to reflect. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. Cancer energy, emotions, I'm feeling. It says, this is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need to make a mental shift towards greater optimism, keeping your head and your eyes up on high. It says, put your faith in your gut and your inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Becoming a better person. Anything else in here? Do you want to get it? As you command, beloved, as you command. challenge going forward for the future? Cycles. This new cycle coming up could be a challenge. Somebody's definitely going into a new cycle. We see karma, we see warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changing, rebirth. Definitely that rebirth energy. Something died and you had to deal with those emotions, unpacking that energy. Now it's the rebirth type of space, the rebirth cycle, which could present a challenge. Just like how we talked about in the first segment, I'm going to see if I can email these to myself and mesh them together on my cell phone, because on my iPad it don't work so well. But we talked about Moon being in Chiron, wounded healer, and how new life, the potential for it, comes through a wound. I felt it cosmically, I felt it physically. Yeah, so I feel like you're going to birth something new. It could be transmuting the karma. It could be transmuting the lessons and learning the lessons and taking what you've learned and applying it in a new way so that you can grow, you can adapt, you can know thyself deeper, Ashe. It says karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control, because you cannot force things. You can't force things. You can't force a baby to be born before it's time. Natural gestation has to take its place. And when those waters are ready to break, the water bearer, when those waters are ready to go forward and to flow, it will happen naturally in divine timing. It says, make some space for new experiences. Make space, make room. We talked about decluttering, removing obstacles, clearing the pathways and the doorways to your space so that things have the ability to come in freely. That is nothing inhibiting or blocking what is coming into thee. Anything else in here? No, you said no. 888. See, we said karma right here. 1, 9, and 1, 9. If I take 9, 1 from 9 is 8. On both ends, we see 888. Karma. This says karma, warning, judgment. This says karma, balance. Finances, but we see success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. We also talked about you doing unto others as you would do unto yourself, treating other people as you would treat yourself. It doesn't matter, something ending. How did you end it? You know what I mean? Did you end it with love and light to the best of your ability, to the best of your capacity? Or were you nasty and malicious and being vengeful, looking to settle some proverbial score or whatever the case may be? I was supposed to read that. A lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary or material success. I'm thinking emotional, spiritual success, mental clarity. That is abundant thoughts and ideas coming into you. I feel the ability to generate abundance through divine inspiration. Mental health, I feel. Emotional health. I feel spiritual health. Then, of course, financial health. 4 pillars of success. It says, if you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. If you don't appreciate people now, then you won't have them tomorrow. You could end up in a space where you just don't want to be, feeling alone and having to deal with that hermit energy. But that could be where you need to be in order to deal with self. Learning how to deal with you so that you can learn how to deal with other yous on the outside of you. Okay? This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and to use it to realize your greatest potential, And that's what we were going back to. All of this is teaching you to look up, to raise your polarity, to shift it from the low to the high, keeping your eye on the things of the high. And then look, right behind that is wishes come true. Wish come true. It says, have patience, moderation, flowing, that water flowing with the Aquarius, the water bearer taking action. I see 1122, a great shift. A great shift is coming for someone. A great shift is coming. Personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting your goals. Boom. I saw the words first focus. You want to go back in here? All right, all right, all right. We see intercessor. That's right back. We see obstacles removed. Right back. Anything else? No. Removing those obstacles. Intercessor. Creating a bridge for your blessings and your abundance to come through. What's in the spiritual, breaking bounds and all of that too. But what's in the spiritual is going to come to the physical. But it's coming based on what that heart do. Do you want something else? No. It's a lot of energy. A lot of energy. A lot of energy. Anything else? I'm hearing starseed. Starseed. You work your life and starseed. Okay. We see the empath empowerment deck. You may be an empathic person and you may need to deal with your energies and your emotions, especially coming out of that last retrograde and then this post shadow energy before we move into the next cycle. You know, I feel like there's some things going to be coming up, a downpour, an opening, an awakening, another level of it, and you may have to transmute some energy, even deal with karma of self, you know, and understanding self more, things that are eating at you, releasing and transmuting that energy and using it to raise yourself up. Taurus energy, see deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. And you may be called to do a thing because the called card is here. Soul gifts, training, it's time for you to step up, to go through another doorway. I feel like whatever was blocking that door has been removed or is being moved out of the way. There's a shift happening. I feel like whatever boulder or rock was in the way that was keeping you from raising up or being reborn or just coming up, coming out, stepping out has now been removed. I had to check and make sure I was saying that right. Spirit say yes. Alpha. Thank you to the Alpha and Omega for bringing this message. Thank you. See perspective, zone out. We see star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper is here. I'm definitely keying in on that doorway, that door that's open. Going inside and discovering something new. Maybe it's your connection to the higher realms, the secrets that are hidden within you. You could be a priestess. See, activated. Trust where you're being led. You're being taken somewhere. Again, I feel this doorway, this portal, this opening. That you going through this doorway and you're going to discover something amazing. I felt that flow of energy coming in, knowledge, the water bearer. You know, you're going somewhere. I feel portal energy through another doorway. You could even be hopping timelines, beloved. You know, accessing the knowledge, the ability to change your timeline and just go somewhere else. Star family, you're a part of a team of souls. Call in your support. Your support is coming in, you know, or maybe you are already with them. They have already come to help you go through, you know, this transition, whatever you dealt with in that retrograde energy, lifting the veil, questioning anything, everything unaligned must go. That's that death and rebirth, pulling back the curtain. Anything that was aligned to you must go. whoever was not aligned had to leave, and they are being replaced by those that you need, those other star seeds that you are connected to, your soul tribe, your soul family. They are the ones that you're going to go with. You're being led somewhere at the end of it, and you needed to follow this track to have things fall away, to be deaded, to be reborn. And maybe you came out with some confusion as you are being made privy to these hidden secrets, being called to look deeper in this post-shadow retrograde space. And you could be dreaming, you could be getting a lot of messages in your dreams. But I really feel I'm seeing the cards rest and rejuvenate. Portal. I keep saying this. I kept feeling doors opening. Portals. Doors are opening, beloved. Doors are opening. You decide. Yeah. That was it. You decide. Blue flame, spontaneous awakening, which we saw that with the Uranus. Spontaneous awakening. Again, look at that doorway, that portal. It's a doorway. Somebody is being pulled through a door, or you're going through the door. The door is presenting itself to you open. Having removed all the obstacles from in front of it, you can walk through if you choose it. Anything else? Somebody's called. Somebody is called to walk through that gateway, through that doorway. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Where would you like to go? Yeah, this. We have the Sufi Tarot. We cracked it open on Empress, Divine Feminine Energy. You want this, not the cards. We have to show her Empress, Divine Feminine Energy. Having mastered self, or maybe you are coming into mastery, getting into the energy of receiving things coming through that doorway, coming into the, yes. Take a look. Sip of my apple juice, Martinelli's. I heard Eve. I heard forbidden fruit, forbidden knowledge, learning. I heard something else too. We want to talk about it? No. This. Okay, so it's two things on this one page that I need to be cool. I'm being called to a book. It says The Book of the Fabulous Gryphon. It's a 13th Spanish book, and it says the sun card is the older tarot, which is supposedly based on the Aradi's interpretation of the Quranic parable of two orphan youths who were bequeathed with a broken wall, underneath which a secret treasure was hidden. Secret treasure, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. It says, as their father had been a righteous man, the treasure was protected until they reached maturity. Somebody is coming into a state of spiritual maturity so that they can receive these hidden secrets, some lost wisdom that is being bestowed upon you. Yeah, the divine truth or treasure within you is aglow and ready to be discovered. You are ready to find this lost wisdom. It's being shown to you. And I feel like removing the obstacles, the blockages to you. Whatever was preventing you from coming out, whatever had been had locked you away. Again, I'm feeling blockages like bricks in front of you, like multiple things that were in front of you, and you were having anything that was misaligned, that wasn't aligned to your highest self, or that was keeping you from reaching the next leg, the next cycle in your pathway, had to fall away. Now you're being reborn. But the moving of those things away built you up. It gave you some edification. I'm feeling spiritual strength so that you can mature. I'm hearing where you once were a novice, but now that you're accepted, like you being accepted and you're being called to come forward, to step up and to lead, I feel as well, to go forward and lead. But you got to choose. You're being led somewhere and you have to choose to go. We see judgment, renewal, awakening, a resurrection, a spiritual metamorphosis, stepping into your highest self. I can't make this up, beloved. See, over here, I'm going to put my nail by it. That's where it says that divine truth. That's what you're being given so that you can be renewed. You can come into an awakening. You can have this spiritual metamorphosis, this change, and stepping into your highest self. Anything else in here? No. Did I? All right. Is there anything else? Work your light. Work your light. This. Being called to the book. See, I see a blank slate. I feel you being called to somewhere new, something blank. Warrior woman. You look, answering your deepest calling is warrior woman. Is here. And we said wounded warrior, right? But then on the other side of it, it's like you come through on the other side and this page is blank. It's like discovering a whole new suit, a whole new evolution of you, right? It's saying, have you answered your calling? Yes, I feel that somebody is answering. They are going to trust where they're being led. You're going to go. You're going to step through this doorway. It says, think of your fears as an opportunity to expand rather than look at things that are holding you hostage. We talked about that Chiron energy of life being a potentiality as a result of a wounding, right? And how, again, if you were a warrior woman, it says being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? This is what you're doing. But it's often, we discover the potentiality, the ability to grow, the possibilities after being hurt, a wound, something that opens up a portal, a gateway for light to shine into or a light to shine through. I feel both ways. Again, I was telling you, I was feeling like that cosmic black hole where you always see the wound, which is the hole, but the light that's coming through, and all of that material is coming in, which is the ability, that primordial essence for all possibilities to exist. I know that might sound like a lot, so I'm going to try to mesh these two messages together. But have you answered your deepest calling? It may not be shown to you. You may not see what's written. It's written in the spirit, not in the physical yet, beloved. I feel blank space. I feel canvas, room for the Most High God to work right here. It's giving you the requirement to trust the unknown, beloved. You may not see it right now, but to trust it, to trust where you're being led. we see Uranus energy, an awakening. It could bring drama. The unknown brings drama. I need to read it. I need to see it, right? But it's not calling for that. It's saying unexpected change, innovation, discovery, liberation, freedom, structural transformation. It says it likes to stir the pot so you can expect the unexpected, right? It says Uranus can also add a quirky, trailblazing, freedom-loving vibe to our charts. Freedom-loving, quirky, unexpected, blank slate. I don't know what the Most High God is going to do with me. I don't know what is going to be written on this new blank page. It's a whole blank page and a whole bunch of white space for me to get out all of these ideas, brainstorming, all kinds of issues going on here. Write out your ideas, your inspiration, all the stuff that's coming to you, beloved. Write it. Somebody may be called to do tarot. It's teaching me about the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity is a fantastic 3-card layout for checking in with your head, your body, and your heart. Head, body, and heart. Bringing those 3 into alignment and allowing the desires of the Most High God to flow through you, giving you divine inspiration and having you trust where it's taking you. Boundaries is here. Boundaries. Maybe that's something that you had to learn. It says if you are saying yes when you really mean no, then you are likely needing something from yourself. Ask yourself, what part of me needs something from them? What part of me needs something from them? Because if I'm saying yes to things that really should be a no, then I'm looking for something. I'm people pleasing for a reason, yo. So to discover that mentally and change that mindset, to say no when I mean no, or if it ain't a holy hell yes, then the answer is just no. It's no. It says, ask yourself what part of me needs something from them. It could be a need for approval, a fear of being seen in a certain way, or a fear of loss, death, loss. Don't want to feel like you're losing something or someone. Relationships. But if it's not aligned to you, then they're not going to be able to accept your no, which means that they are going to go. And that's the thing. If you can't accept the answer is no, then you got to go. Period. Point blank. Ashe. Okay. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Mind, heart, body. Trinity. Check in with your belly. Your belly is your second brain. It has intelligence known as your gut feelings. Tune into this space and deciding what is okay for you. How does it feel? What is it trying to communicate with you? If your gut say no, it's a no. Your heart, it don't resonate in this space. Your first man say no. Your second man say no, it's a no. Body saying no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, I can align to that. That feels good. That feels good. What I did notice too is that it was a whole bunch of no's before we got to that one yes, beloved. Yes. Was a whole bunch of no's before you got to that one yes. Anything else out of here? All right. Trust your path. Again, trust where you're being led. Trust your path, beloved. It's over here though. It says, if you take one baby step each day within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. Trust where you're being led. Taking one step daily every single day gives you 365 steps in a cycle. Ashe, yes. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day and a dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you'll turn back and look in awe at how far you've journeyed. How far did you go? You'll be able to do some retrospection, looking back over that last cycle, unpacking the things that were confusing, getting some awakening, some illumination, a new spiritual downpour of knowledge, skills, and ability, unlocking the hidden secrets, the wisdom, being able to look a bit deeper, opening portals and gateways, and the opportunity to heal, to grow, Ashe. We see, it says, put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. You will see how much of a better person you have become simply by trusting where you're being led. Take it one step daily, step by step by step, 365. And as a matter of fact, I think we said something that was a little bit off the other day. I think we said we have been doing this for 2 years and some change. It haven't been 2 years and some change. It's only been one. Since August of 2022, August of 2023 is 1 year plus a few months, 5-6 months, beloved. So maybe 18 months we've been doing this. And you can look back and see all of your growth. It felt like longer than that, but it really wasn't. You know, we've grown so much, we've matured so much, we've learned so much about self, being privy to hidden secrets and wisdom, lost wisdom, looking deeper, 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 going deeper. Priestess. I said somebody was a priestess. They may be a priestess. It says the difference between a follower and the leader is that the leader has the courage to go first. That's it. Going first. And stepping out and following, trusting where you're being led. It says they shine a light on paths for others to venture forward to. What up, y'all? Sweet, what it do? Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe, because some people gonna be for you and some people not. The things that are unaligned to you, folks that are unaligned to you, they will go. They will fall away, yo. They really will. But your soul tribe is gonna come in. The people that you're supposed to be connected with, that are supposed to go with you as you journey. It says, don't get stuck in age. Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. This loving I have for you, it'll never my age ain't. Cause I'm limitless. I'm timeless. My soul done been through this. I mean, this vessel might be how old, beloved, but in reality, I'm just a kid. I am a baby, beloved. Okay, a child of the Most High God. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances, I said somebody was called to lead. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life, you longed for someone to lead you. Yes. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same things you were and are. It might only be a step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, wounded healer. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. That blank page. You don't need to know the way. Ashe, trust where you're being led. Yes. Just believe that there might be a different way. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Trust where you're being led. Your tribe is waiting for you. Yes, they are. Soul tribe. And they may already be alongside of you. Star family. Just waiting on you to step up. Show that courage. They will be inspired to do the same thing, okay? You are a part of a team of souls. Call in that support, and they will support you when you step up and step out. Your tribe is waiting for you, so step forward so that they can find you. That's exactly what we just said. Work your light. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? How can you be the leader that you wish you had? Anything else? Nope. I thank you guys. Anything else you would like to say? Yes. This one. I was about to say, I thank you guys so much. But I thank you anyway. I'm grateful. I got gratitude. I thank you so much for being here, just like it was my first ones and twos. Like we said, it's been about 18 months since we started the channel. We branching up. We growing up and branching out. That's what's happening. And like I said, to do interviews, to be podcasting. We are co-hosting on a podcast. We are, a guest on a podcast. And this one. Remember your purpose. Remember your purpose. Look at that. Beautiful. Somebody doesn't remember, or you're just being awakened to it. All the things that you've gone through awakened you, sent you on the pathway to awaken you. You came to earth to learn how to love yourself and all that is, to achieve self-mastery, to master yourself. Through all of these adventures and adversities you've gone through, you came to experience them as you, so that you can learn, so that you can master you in this way, in this possibility, to master this potentiality. It says to explore conscious co-creation. Heaven resides in your heart, beloved. Heaven is with you. It is all around you. There's nowhere you could go, beloved. You are held safe. We are creation. We are whole. We are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. Are we ascending? Yes, we are ascending, because there's levels to this. There's levels. But we are still rooted to our foundation on both ends of it. The ending and the beginning. The beginning to the ending. Thank you, beloved. Anything else in here? No. Get up. Wounded warrior. Get up. Get up. And your tribe, your help, your support will be there to help you when you feel like you can't get up, to give you that courage and that inspiration, to remind you, to help you remember your spark. What you came to do, to light that fire, beloved. Offer some grace, not only to yourself, but onto others. Balancing. We saw that being one of the cardinal signs, Libra. You are here for a divine purpose. Remember it or redefine your purpose for yourself. Blank slate, blank page. Redefinition. Get up. No matter how far we've fallen, we can try again. All is not lost until we give up, till we give in. Get up. Blank slate. Trust where you're being led. It's going to be okay. Anything else? Nope. That's it. That's it. So we're going to take a little pause for the cause, beloved, and see if we can send these to ourselves, download them on a device, stitch them together, and upload them so that we don't have to do this twice. Because sometimes people see part 1, part 2, they check out part 1, but they don't check out part 2. And these messages go together. They strengthen each other. They edify each other. And it's really important to me that we try to put it together and get that done. So thank you again. I love you. I love you. Oh, beloved, I love you. I love you so much. You want to know why I love you? I love you because I love me. I love the Alpha and Omega that called me to be, that gave me this decree. Infinite intelligence breathing. That is some of the hidden secrets and lost wisdom that I have learned through this physical and emotional healing. I am the word that I speak out, beloved. I get to see creation, the abundance of it everywhere. The Most High God is everywhere. Omnipotence, omnipresence. Presence everywhere in everything because He created everything. It is everything. And if that be true, it is me. It is you. So how am I going to treat you? Like I treat me. Like the Alpha, the Omega that called me and gave me this decree. That is what I want to return on to me. That same goodness, that sympathy, that empathy, that compassion and understanding, ooh, beloved, giving me that knowledge and big picture thinking, practicing it on a daily 365 so we can look back and be like, dang, look what we come from. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I stay alive. Light on voluntary escape, beloved. How we gonna get out of this one? We don't know. It's a blank slate. But I trust where I'm being led, beloved, because I'm following that which made everything from the beginning to the ending to the beginning. It's already done. We got the victory. It's just about the experience and the learning. So we can see our highest self reaching our fullest capacity. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. To the next now, y'all. This one's done. I love you. Ashe.